In this video, we delve into the top 20 creepiest historic events that have left an indelible mark on our collective consciousness. From chilling tragedies to unsettling occurrences, we will explore a range of terrifying moments that not only shaped history but also inspired countless horror films. Each event we discuss is steeped in fear and mystery, showcasing the darker side of humanity and the bizarre twists of fate that can lead to unimaginable horror. As we journey through these spine-tingling tales, we aim to engage and inform, drawing connections between real-life events and the themes that haunt our favorite horror movies. Prepare to be captivated by stories of despair, dread, and the macabre, as we uncover the eerie parallels between history and the cinematic horror genre. Join us as we navigate through these unsettling narratives that remind us of the thin line between reality and the terrifying tales that keep us awake at night. The funeral of Pope Pius XII was marked by unsettling details that left a lasting impression on those in attendance. His physician, Riccardo Gagliasilisi, employed an unconventional embalming method that raised eyebrows, as it was not typical for papal funerals. This technique, intended to preserve the body, ultimately led to shocking decomposition during the procession. As the casket was paraded through the streets, mourners were confronted with an eerie sight, as the body began to show signs of decay, creating an unsettling atmosphere. The reactions of those present were a mix of horror and disbelief, as whispers spread among the crowd about the unusual state of the Pope's remains. The somber occasion transformed into a chilling spectacle, with many attendees feeling a profound sense of unease. This haunting experience not only marked the end of a papacy but also left an indelible memory of the unsettling nature of death and the rituals surrounding it. The tragic tale of the whaling ship Essex is a harrowing account of survival against unimaginable odds. In 1820, the Essex was violently attacked by a massive sperm whale, which rammed the ship with such force that it ultimately sank, leaving the crew stranded in small whaleboats in the vast Pacific Ocean. As days turned into weeks, the survivors faced dire conditions, battling starvation and exposure. In their desperate struggle for survival, the crew resorted to cannibalism, consuming the bodies of their deceased shipmates to stay alive. This grim reality highlighted the depths of human desperation and the will to survive. The harrowing experiences of the Essex's crew would later inspire Herman Melville, who drew upon their story for his iconic novel, Moby Dick. The intertwining of tragedy and literary legacy serves as a poignant reminder of the dark side of whaling and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of overwhelming adversity. The tragic fate of John Edwards Jones in Nutty Putty Cave is a haunting tale of entrapment and despair. In November 2009, while exploring the cave, Jones became wedged upside down in a narrow passage, unable to free himself. Despite the immediate rescue efforts that followed, the situation quickly escalated into a nightmare. As rescuers worked tirelessly for hours, the psychological horror of his prolonged entrapment began to take its toll on Jones. He faced the terrifying reality of being trapped in darkness, with limited air and the chilling prospect of never being rescued. After days of desperate attempts, the rescue team ultimately made the heart-wrenching decision to leave his body in the cave, a haunting conclusion to a tragic story. This decision not only underscored the dangers of caving but also left a lasting impact on those who heard his story, reminding us of the fragility of life and the depths of human fear. The dark story of Minnie Dean unfolds as a chilling account of crime and societal neglect. Operating as a baby farmer in late 19th century New Zealand, Dean took in infants from desperate mothers, promising care and support. However, a series of mysterious deaths among the children in her care raised alarming suspicions. As authorities investigated, they uncovered a grim reality, the chilling discovery of several bodies buried in her garden, revealing a pattern of neglect and possible murder. The societal context of capital punishment in New Zealand at the time played a significant role in her trial, as Dean became the first woman in the country to be executed. Her case sparked widespread public outrage and debate over the treatment of women and the justice system. Ultimately, Minnie Dean's story serves as a haunting reminder of the darker aspects of human nature and the tragic consequences of societal failures in addressing vulnerable lives. Maximiliano Robespierre's dramatic downfall during the French Revolution marked a pivotal moment in history. Once a leading figure of the revolution, advocating for virtue and the eradication of tyranny, his increasing paranoia and authoritarian rule led to widespread fear. In July 1794, as opposition grew, Robespierre was arrested by the National Convention, accused of tyranny and dictatorial behavior. In a desperate attempt to evade capture, he attempted suicide but only succeeded in severely injuring his jaw. The gruesome details of his execution on July 28, 1794, were stark. He was guillotined without trial, his bloodied visage a testament to the violent turn of the revolution. Robespierre's fall signified the end of the Reign of Terror, leading to a shift in power dynamics and the eventual rise of more moderate governance. His actions and their consequences serve as a cautionary tale about the dangers of radicalism and the fragility of revolutionary ideals, echoing through history. The harrowing tale of the Donner Party is a chilling account of survival against overwhelming odds. In 1846, seeking a shortcut to California, the group took an ill-fated route that led them into the Sierra Nevada mountains. As winter set in, they became snowbound, trapped by heavy snowfall and harsh conditions. With dwindling supplies and no hope of rescue, the party faced dire circumstances that forced them to take extreme measures for survival, including cannibalism. The tragic loss of life was staggering, with nearly half of the original group perishing in the brutal conditions. Those who survived were left with deep psychological scars, haunted by the memories of their desperate choices and the loss of loved ones. The story of the Donner Party serves as a grim reminder of the perils of human ambition and the lengths to which people will go when faced with the struggle for survival in the most unforgiving of environments. The unethical experiments conducted by Nikolai Krasnogorsky represent a dark chapter in the history of psychological research. Operating in the mid-20th century, Krasnogorsky targeted vulnerable young subjects from orphanages, subjecting them to horrific methods that included extreme conditioning techniques. These experiments aimed to manipulate behavior through fear and deprivation, often leaving lasting psychological scars on the children involved. The implications of such conditioning experiments on human subjects are profound, raising questions about the morality of using vulnerable populations for scientific gain. The lack of informed consent and the disregard for the well-being of these children highlight the ethical concerns surrounding Krasnogorsky's work. His actions not only violated fundamental human rights but also sparked debates about the responsibilities of researchers to protect their subjects. This troubling legacy serves as a reminder of the importance of ethical standards in research, emphasizing the need to prioritize the dignity and welfare of individuals over the pursuit of knowledge. The tragic events surrounding Jim Jones and Jonestown represent one of the most harrowing chapters in American history. In the 1970s, Jones established the People's Temple, a cult that promised a utopian society free from racial and social injustices. Seeking isolation, he relocated his followers to a remote settlement in Guyana, where the community became increasingly insular and controlled. As discontent grew and external scrutiny intensified, Jones orchestrated a mass suicide on November 18, 1978, leading to the deaths of over 900 individuals, including many children. This horrific event sent shockwaves through American society, prompting a re-evaluation of the dangers posed by cults and the psychological manipulation employed by charismatic leaders. The chilling dynamics of Jonestown illustrate how fear, loyalty, and isolation can create an environment ripe for exploitation. The implications of this tragedy continue to resonate, serving as a cautionary tale about the vulnerabilities of human nature and the potential for manipulation within tightly knit communities. The Stanford prison experiment, conducted by Philip Zimbardo in 1971, aimed to explore the psychological effects of perceived power and authority within a simulated prison environment. Participants were randomly assigned roles as either guards or prisoners in a makeshift prison at Stanford University, with the objective of examining how these roles influence behavior. However, the experiment quickly spiraled out of control, as guards began to exhibit abusive behaviors while prisoners experienced severe emotional distress. The psychological effects on participants were profound, leading to ethical concerns about the treatment of human subjects and the lack of oversight during the study. The experiment was terminated after only 6 days, despite being planned for 2 weeks. The outcomes of the Stanford prison experiment have significant implications for understanding authority and power dynamics, highlighting how situational factors can lead ordinary individuals to commit acts of cruelty. This controversial study remains a critical reference point in discussions about ethics in psychological research and the nature of human behavior under duress. The eerie tale of Octavia Hatcher revolves around the chilling possibility of being buried alive, a fear that gripped many during the late 19th century. In 1891, Octavia, a young woman from Kentucky, was believed to have died from a mysterious illness. Following her burial in a local cemetery, her husband, deeply grieving, later discovered that she had been buried prematurely. When her coffin was exhumed, it revealed horrifying evidence, scratch marks on the inside of the lid, suggesting she had fought to escape. This tragic incident highlighted the limitations of medical knowledge at the time, where misdiagnoses were common, and the understanding of death was often flawed. Local folklore surrounding Octavia's story grew, with tales of her restless spirit haunting the area, further embedding her tale into the community's collective memory. Her story serves as a haunting reminder of the fears surrounding death and the fragility of life in an era marked by uncertainty and superstition. The discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922 by Howard Carter and his team was met with excitement, but it soon became overshadowed by a series of mysterious deaths associated with the excavation. Initial findings revealed a wealth of treasures and artifacts, but shortly after, several members of the team began to experience alarming health issues, leading to speculation about a so-called curse of the pharaohs. This concept of a curse, suggesting that those who disturbed the tomb would face dire consequences, captured the public's imagination and had a profound cultural impact, fueling fears and fascination with ancient Egypt. The deaths of prominent figures, including Lord Carnarvon, who financed the expedition, only intensified these beliefs. Despite the scientific explanations for the illnesses, the allure of ancient Egypt and its mysteries endures, captivating generations with tales of curses, treasures, and the enigmatic lives of pharaohs, ensuring that the legacy of Tutankhamun remains a subject of intrigue and exploration. In pre-World War II Britain, pet owners faced a grim reality marked by societal pressures that led to the mass euthanasia of pets. As the threat of war loomed, concerns about food shortages, potential bombings, and the inability to care for animals in times of crisis prompted many to make heart-wrenching decisions. The emotional toll on pet owners was profound, as beloved companions were often seen as burdens during a time of uncertainty and fear. Many families were forced to confront the painful choice of sacrificing their pets for the greater good, leading to widespread grief and guilt. The historical context of animal welfare during this period was complex. While there was a growing awareness of animal rights, wartime exigencies often overshadowed these concerns. The plight of pets during this tumultuous time serves as a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made by individuals and families, reflecting the broader struggles faced by society in the face of impending conflict. In the aftermath of the Napoleonic Wars, a macabre practice emerged in which human bones were repurposed for agricultural use, particularly in the form of bone meal as fertilizer. As battlefields became sites of devastation, looters scavenged the remains of fallen soldiers, collecting bones and even teeth to supply the growing agricultural demands of a recovering society. This grim practice raised significant ethical implications, as the remains of individuals who had fought and died for their country were treated as mere resources, stripping away their dignity and humanity. The historical context of this period is crucial. The wars had left Europe in turmoil, with food shortages and economic hardship prompting desperate measures. The use of human remains in agriculture reflects the harsh realities of post-war life, where survival often overshadowed moral considerations. This unsettling chapter in history serves as a reminder of the lengths to which societies may go in times of crisis, revealing the darker aspects of human resilience and resourcefulness. Astronauts have reported unsettling experiences while in the vastness of space, particularly the eerie phenomenon of hearing knocking sounds. Yang Liwei, China's first astronaut, described hearing mysterious noises during his historic flight in 2003, which he initially attributed to external forces. Other astronauts have shared similar accounts, leading to a growing intrigue about these auditory experiences. The psychological impact of isolation in space can be profound, as the confined environment and lack of sensory stimuli may heighten anxiety and lead to heightened perceptions of sound. In the silence of space, the mind can play tricks, amplifying ordinary noises or creating the illusion of knocking. Scientific explanations suggest that these sounds may originate from the spacecraft itself, such as vibrations or thermal expansion, which can resonate in the vacuum of space. These unsettling experiences underscore the complexities of human psychology in extreme environments, revealing how isolation can blur the lines between reality and perception in the cosmos. The chilling unsolved murders at Hinterkaifek farm in Germany remain one of the most perplexing cases in criminal history. In March 1922, the 6 members of the Gruber family were brutally murdered in their remote farmhouse, but the events leading up to the crime were equally mysterious. Prior to the murders, the family reported strange occurrences, including footprints in the snow leading to their home and the unsettling feeling of being watched. The gruesome nature of the crime shocked the nation. The victims were found in various locations within the house, and the brutality suggested a personal motive. In the aftermath, the case drew significant media attention, but despite extensive investigations, no one was ever charged. The ongoing intrigue surrounding Hinterkaifek has spawned numerous theories, ranging from revenge by a disgruntled worker to supernatural involvement. This enduring mystery continues to captivate true crime enthusiasts and historians alike, as the truth behind the murders remains elusive. Major Henry Rathbone's tragic fate following the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln is a poignant tale of heroism overshadowed by psychological turmoil. On the night of April 14, 1865, Rathbone was a guest at Ford's Theatre and bravely attempted to subdue John Wilkes Booth after the actor shot Lincoln. Despite his efforts, Booth escaped, leaving Rathbone haunted by feelings of failure and guilt. In the years that followed, Rathbone's mental health deteriorated significantly. He struggled with the trauma of that fateful night, leading to bouts of depression and paranoia. His life took a tragic turn when he was eventually institutionalized after a violent episode, where he attacked his wife, believing she was a threat. Rathbone's story underscores the profound impact of trauma on mental health, illustrating how the horrors of war and violence can leave lasting scars on those who witness them. His tragic decline serves as a reminder of the unseen battles many face long after the physical conflict has ended. The catastrophic events surrounding the Chernobyl nuclear disaster on April 26, 1986, marked one of the worst industrial accidents in history. The explosion at reactor number 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant released a massive amount of radioactive material into the environment, contaminating air, soil, and water across large areas of Europe. The immediate effects were devastating, with first responders suffering acute radiation sickness and the surrounding environment becoming a hazardous wasteland. In the long term, the disaster has had profound consequences for human health, with increased rates of thyroid cancer and other illnesses reported among those exposed to radiation. The psychological impact on affected communities has also been significant, leading to widespread anxiety and displacement. Globally, Chernobyl prompted a re-evaluation of nuclear safety protocols and emergency response strategies, highlighting the need for transparency and preparedness in the face of technological risks. The lessons learned from this disaster continue to influence nuclear policy and safety standards worldwide. The devastating eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD stands as one of history's most catastrophic natural disasters. The volcano erupted violently, unleashing a torrent of ash, pumice, and toxic gases that engulfed the cities of Pompeii, Herculaneum, and Stabiae. Within hours, Pompeii was buried under several feet of volcanic material, preserving the city in a time capsule that would remain hidden for centuries. The geological implications of such eruptions are profound, as they illustrate the destructive power of volcanic activity and its ability to reshape landscapes and ecosystems. The eruption of Vesuvius not only caused immediate destruction but also had long-term effects on the region's climate and agriculture. Historically, this event is significant as it provides invaluable insights into Roman life and society, with the preserved ruins offering a glimpse into daily activities, architecture, and culture. The tragedy of Vesuvius serves as a reminder of nature's unpredictability and the fragility of human existence in the face of such forces. The enigma of the ghost ship Mary Celeste has captivated imaginations since its discovery in December 1872. The American merchant brigantine was found adrift in the Atlantic Ocean, remarkably intact but eerily deserted. When the ship was discovered by the crew of the Canadian brig Des Gracia, it was in good condition, with its cargo largely untouched and personal belongings still aboard, yet there was no sign of the crew. Theories surrounding the mysterious disappearance of the Mary Celeste's crew abound, ranging from piracy and mutiny to more fantastical explanations like sea monsters or supernatural forces. Some suggest that a sudden, severe storm may have prompted the crew to abandon ship, while others speculate about possible alcohol fumes from the cargo causing panic. The enduring mystery of the Mary Celeste continues to fascinate, symbolizing the allure of ghost ships and the unknown, reminding us of the countless stories lost to the sea and the human desire to uncover the truth behind such inexplicable events. In this video, we explored a series of chilling historical events that serve as stark reminders of humanity's darker moments. From the haunting tales of unsolved murders to the devastating consequences of natural disasters, each story underscores the fragility of life and the impact of our choices. We delved into the psychological toll these tragedies have on individuals and communities, encouraging viewers to reflect on the lessons learned from such harrowing experiences. As we navigate through history, it becomes evident that understanding these events can help us foster resilience and empathy in our own lives. If you found this exploration thought-provoking, we invite you to subscribe to our channel for more captivating content. Don't forget to like and share this video with others who might appreciate these chilling narratives. Together, we can keep the conversation going and ensure that the lessons of the past are not forgotten. Thank you for watching.